Be like, yo, that's that nigga, you know what I'm saying?
We don't wanna hear you say nigga no more.
Maybe in this song, you shouldn't start by saying,
Nigga, I said it, I know that you mad. I've emptied the clip over friendlier jabs. You mentioned my seed, now deal with his dad. I gotta go bad, I gotta go bad.
Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor.
And now, views with my fiance.
Oh man.
Dog. First off, shout out to anybody that's been patiently waiting for a new episode of Views of My Fiancé. We definitely had intentions to be cooking these up a lot more. And for anyone who's just tuning in, Views of My Fiancé is really like a sneak peek into the conversations that me and MJ have about pretty much everything outside of politics. Pop culture, music, for sure, for certain. For sure. Because music has been like such a major part of our life and our relationship, and it's definitely one of those through lines that brought us together as a couple. Our admiration for the same type of artist, and the blog era and all that. Up in them forums, doing all of that. So we also have an immense appreciation for battle. An immense.
Oh, definitely.
Yes. Mixtape battles. Beefs.
That.
Hello. The beef DVDs. All of that. All of that. Rap battles in person.
Dirty braid meat. If you needed a visual for the moment.
Right.
Dirty braids.
Dirty braids meat.
Yep.
We have found ourselves in the middle of what has been an amazing situation here between Drake and everybody, but more specifically Kung Fu Kenny. And man, again, thank you for everyone who's been patient with us. As you can see, we're live from the kitchen. We in the crib.
Cooking up
in the kitchen.
That's what that means.
Yes.
Cooking up.
There was so much urgency in knocking this out. It's like, just to set up in the kitchen. Let's just go.
Okay, but the funny thing is yes, urgency.
Yeah.
Right? But also, kind of like, I think it was 2 days ago that you were like, let's try and do that on Saturday.
Yeah.
And we'll knock it out. There's been enough so far.
I think Euphoria is where we were.
We were
at
at
that
Euphoria.
Point. Yeah.
And I don't know if we even talked about like how quickly you think Drake would respond or anything. Like I don't remember having that conversation with you. So
yeah,
I was like, sure, Saturday works.
Yeah.
Was it Friday, just yesterday?
Yeah.
That I woke up and you told me that there was a little something for us to listen to
from old Kendrick Lamar. And I mean, anyone that's been paying attention to this, it's been kind of wild in the way that the songs drop and you're not really sure if it's a real one. Is it AI? We've been dealing with that early on in the battle. So when I see these posts, and shout out to the goons, man. Shout out to my goons. I have a text thread that I'm in with my brothers and some of their friends from the wedding, but from my youngest brother's wedding. But shout out to them. So like, we're constantly throwing stuff in there, and it's like, wait, is this AI? I don't know. We guys.
I mean, I have seen things to say about that too.
And then we go to the artist's social media. Did they post it? Okay, cool. All right. So when I saw it that morning, I was like, oh, let me double check. Who lordy? Okay. K dots.
Actually, it is looking like that's a confirmed.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was a pleasure to wake you up with that one, to give that to you first thing in the morning before you had your cup of joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crusty eyes. Yeah, it was definitely like a, what do you mean? Huh?
What are you talking about?
What?
How's it possible?
I thought it was a friendly fade.
Right. No.
It's not.
No. Unfriendly fade.
Although, I mean, yeah. Well, okay. We'll get in.
Yeah.
This has just been, Ambush, can I say, like the most entertaining and most fun, but also traumatizing, maybe, battles I've ever witnessed.
Traumatizing in what way?
I feel like I'm in a therapy session.
That you're not supposed
That
to be
I'm not
that
supposed
you were
to be
not
in.
invited to.
HIPAA laws, something. Like I'm not supposed to know what's happening right now. And I feel like we keep getting told the thing we're not supposed to know. Don't get me wrong. I want to know.
Right.
But I also feel like I'm
You know.
just not supposed to be in the room.
Speaking of therapy, though,
Yeah.
shout out to the OGs, hip hop OGs, the therapy bros. So this started out with talking about the big three. This was a big three situation. We had J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake, and like that, did what it did, shook some things up, and J. Cole, aka J Fold, released 7-Minute Drill, and
I forgot the name of that thing already.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, like a lot to forget. Yeah, they had a beat switch in it. Couple jabs
in every way.
It's interesting. Like that's like the first part of the battle, but the way he handled it was still like the battle hasn't started yet, and we still sneak this and jab it. Like it just it was
had
super
not
light
happened.
Work. Yeah, it was super light work.
It had not happened. I need that. I just want to be clear. I understand that you're putting a time frame together for us to continue to keep in mind. It had not happened yet. The big three happens.
Right.
Or no, first person shooter.
Yeah.
First person shooter happens. Apparently Kendrick was supposed to be on there. Kendrick was not on there. Maybe people had feelings about that.
Right.
There's it's the big three. On like that, Kendrick says, actually, friends, no such thing. Okay? No such thing. It's the big me.
It's the big me, fam.
At this point, we do not have a battle. We have warnings or shots fired or, pew-pews.
Yeah.
This is not, we are at war, we are in battle.
Facts.
So I just want to be clear. When Jermaine says, guys, I've continued to trust my gut. And that's gotten me a certain place in life, I went against my own grain here.
I lost some sleep.
Which, in all honesty, you jumped out the window when you had zero business the entire time taking any of the things the way you took it for you to have anything to say. What you were supposed to do is just be like, that's funny.
That's wild.
That's wild. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Back to my bike. That's what was supposed to happen there. Jermaine wasn't supposed to say anything. So, yes, he jumped out the window.
Okay.
He woke up one day and realized, oh, no, I'm back in alignment, I like feeling this way. I'm going to go tell everybody that I'm just kidding. I did the thing. If we could just forget about it,
right,
that'd be great. But at the point of his jumping in, there was no battle yet. I just need that to be for the record.
Fair enough.
We were absolutely not in a battle.
Fair enough. I'm going to be honest, as a J. Cole fan, I'm still going to say that. I'm still going to own that. When he popped up with 7-Minute Drill, I'm like, okay, it's going down. Mm-hmm. Cole has arrived. Listen, this is what we've been waiting for. And it wasn't exactly what I was waiting for. And then my nigga took it back. And then it was just like, okay, wait a minute, what? And then, because we got here, because you mentioned therapy earlier. And then you got a bunch of these old head hip hop aficionados that I assume just started going to therapy.
Likely.
And now it's like, we gotta make space for it. First off, stop.
Wait, make space for what?
Make space for his feelings and making sure that, he felt uncomfortable and it didn't sit well with him. And look here, my friend. Yes, he invited himself to this. 1, 2, you have spent your career like any rapper worth their salt. You spent your career talking about anybody can get it.
Hello.
And now you're like, when I said get it, I didn't mean that.
No, maybe I think he said when I said anybody, I didn't mean my real friend.
Right.
I think that's what he meant. Like, I didn't mean my friends in real life. I still think that Cole could like give it to someone. I just don't think, I don't care anymore.
Right.
All.
No.
I don't care at all.
No.
But I think he could do it. You can't do it to someone that you respect. And there's the thing. But therein lies the rub.
So for me,
I guess that just means he can't do it.
That's an issue.
I'll take
yeah.
it back.
This is hip hop. This is a competitive sport. You know what I'm saying? And true, it depends on how you enter the genre and the way you conduct and carry yourself in the genre. But don't come through swinging swords for the better part of a decade.
Right.
And then when people was like, oh,
they're like,
you want to do that? You want
Friday
to do that
Night
sword?
Lights,
Let's
do
go.
it. And they all come on and you're like, actually.
Let me hit the bench real quick.
Ooh, that
Let me
ACL.
head back to the locker room. Ooh. Yeah. Nah, man.
Is anybody else's meniscus feeling funny?
Is it just me?
Is it just
Is
me?
it just my meniscus?
It's just wow. Okay.
It's not
swollen?
meniscus? It's not all of us here? It's just me.
Just menisci.
Yeah. No plural?
Menisci?
No? Okay. Like,
Yeah, nah. Like the pump fake was weird.
yeah.
We could just leave it at
Yeah.
that.
Pump fake was super weird.
I have a different feeling about it now, obviously.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Now I think we should all be going to him for sound
looks
business
like
decisions.
a wise
you know?
career choice.
Fam.
But yeah, in that moment, and I remember like hopping on Twitter and being like, I hope y'all got this energy for Drake. Like,
For which part?
Just, just give people time and, just have them, like, if they don't want to do this right now, let them have a moment to themselves.
What do you mean? I think Drake's been had that. I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're
Drake
not.
still is being extended that from the last thing he ran from. Everybody's fine with the fact that he hasn't responded to Pusha T.
Because that was over. Pusha won that. You don't keep responding when you're okay, Pusha had the high ground. Star Wars reference, May the 4th be with you. Pusha had the high ground, okay? Anakin, you don't keep charging.
Okay, let me be clear.
Okay.
There was a moment after, what's the name of that?
Which one?
The last one that Push did, Adonis.
Oh, yeah. Story Adi Don.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was a moment where it was like Drake's got he's supposed to have the most heatest of heat.
Right.
It's so much heat.
Right.
That it takes Jay Prince to come from his lair.
Right.
And Jonathan Majors the situation and say, absolutely not. Hands up, guys. I'm going to get in the middle of this. Because what I'm going to do is save us from ourselves. Right?
Right.
That's what has happened.
He became Minister Farrakhan.
Exactly.
Right.
It was so bad that Jay Prince had to say, I will not have it. We're going to stop. This is a Stop the Violence campaign. So then we just leave it there. I understand. Mm-hmm. I understand the push one, we move forward.
Right.
I guess I just didn't hear. I didn't hear that.
Were you looking for him to,
I guess concede.
That's what I'm saying. You're looking
you know
for
what
him
I
to
mean?
concede.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't win the election. You have to concede. You have to say, okay, got it. I'm no longer the incumbent.
This ain't
This ain't it. I didn't win.
Well, I feel like the
maybe I'm asking
concession
for too
happened in the way that he stopped taking jabs.
Having to go talk to LeBron about it?
Yeah.
That might have been.
He talked to LeBreezy about it.
Okay.
He stopped taking jabs at Push. It was, I mean, to follow up our last episode, you know, the bull got smacked at the John. Like, Chris Rock don't crack them jokes no more. And if Drake is doing subliminals at Pusha, they're so subliminal, we haven't heard them. Like, they're like super subliminal. To me, I feel like that is conceding. Like,
okay, I hear this. I don't know if that was the best example. Like,
okay.
Chris Rock definitely did a tour based on the fact that he was smacked, and he's a victim of that. But also the strongest man alive because he was hit by Muhammad Ali in real life. So not the best example, you know. But
fair enough. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So
okay. So we move on to one Ricky Ross.
Officer Ricky.
Maybach music. It was a thing I didn't expect. I'll say this. I didn't see that coming.
No,
I didn't see Ross jumping in it. He is a person who, for me, I'm not checking for Ross. I'm not looking for a new Ross record.
Right.
He definitely has undeniable hits. You know what I mean?
Right.
And also, he was a corrections officer. And also, he has stolen someone else's identity in order.
And sued them.
And sued the real one to say, actually, that's my name now. So yeah, no, don't have a lot for you. In the moments of Rick Ross's petty, just his what I do best is go to hell. Yes. I'm here for that's the fun, that's the supplemental, that's the who knows? You know? Like, I don't have any idea what Rick Ross said on that actual song, with the exception of, like, white boy. I don't even know how he said he got a nose job.
Right.
But,
right.
Oh, yeah, I do. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so... Not a great diss or whatever, but a fantastic supplemental troll.
Absolutely.
Things have been great.
Yeah, Champagne Thoughts. Of course, Rick Ross has excellent beat selection, so you're going to get that.
It's true.
It was very entertaining. It was amazing. It was an amazing entry in all of this. And then for us to get, BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy took on a life of its own.
A complete and total life of its own.
In the most amazing of ways.
Yes.
Lord, all of the remixes, all the different genres of music.
If you are not, there's a lot to say about going on Elon Musk's app, I'm just going to continue to call it Twitter because that's what it is.
It's Twitter. I'm not calling it X.
It's a cesspool, but there's also moments when you actually need to be on there because in a time like this where something is brand new and it's happening in the moment, we need the reactions. We need to see what's going on. That's the place to go.
Yeah.
I stumbled upon in my, laughing incredibly hard at what was happening already. Like, there's just certain stuff that it could be corny. It doesn't matter. Like, the who knows from Rick Ross makes me laugh every time I hear him say it.
The fact that you're the reason that's embedded in my head. And just like out of the clear blue for no apparent reason, just in the crib, I'm just like, who knows? For no reason.
For no reason.
For no reason. And it's hilarious every single time.
In my search, I come across Wallonius. King Wallonius.
King Wallonius. Put
on
respect
Twitter.
on his name.
Yes. The avocado poppy, if you will. Do follow.
Oh my gosh.
Fam had a rendition, if you will, a AI soul version of I assume he wrote the words to BBL Drizzy, which
Yeah.
is basically like, basically, you know, he's singing about BBL, him having a BBL.
Yeah. Yeah.
The best one in history, I believe it says something to that effect. And he's going in no Diddy. One of the best things about this is he did almost every music genre. He gave us.
Yeah.
I don't know how quickly you can churn these out. You know, if you're a layman, he is not. He is making movies and doing all sorts of stuff with AI.
He's killing it.
He is not a layman. I'm just like, how quickly can you churn this out?
Yeah.
I have no idea what it takes. Is it as simple as being like, do this song in the
Ragtime.
Right.
Like I'm trying to think. He hit so many genres. There was rock. It was like yacht rock
specifically.
Yacht rock.
And then there was a rock version. There was a country version.
Right.
There was a soul. There was another
There was
soul.
a New
so
Jack
like
Swing
60.
version. It was like,
Yes.
yeah, like.
And then there was everything new. There was Afrobeat. There were not Afrobeat's not new, but I mean like
current.
Right.
He went bananas.
R&B, all the things. Trap, R&B,
so
all
good.
the fun.
So good.
There's so many.
Yeah.
And that just solidified for me, this is going to be one of the best beefs ever.
Because you already had so much supplemental footage.
The supplemental,
like,
and this is coming from someone who has nothing to do with anything.
Exactly.
You know, none of the players.
Right.
This is not the homeboy.
Right.
Of so and so. Like he's
not in anyone's camp. Right.
Not in anybody's camp. He's just over here watching the fight and has something to do about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And genius. Yeah. Absolutely incredible. And then we just, you know, it's taking on its own life from there. Do follow, because there's so many songs. There's so many things. There's
so good.
And it's fantastic.
So good.
But yeah, like, so to the point of things that also make the beef, like, entertaining. And one of the things that Drake has always sort of had is a meme game, a strong meme game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a self-awareness that allows, or it's not self-awareness. It's the ability to call it out before someone else does.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know, that insecurity tactic.
Yeah.
But it works. And it has worked, I think, most of his, still working, probably.
Yeah, to an extent.
Yeah. So.
His gauge is a little off now, as we can see.
Well, comprehension.
Some of the things that he's responding to, it's like, you
might have missed some of it. Might have missed some of it. Okay, so
right.
Ooh.
And then after that, we got push-ups. Right? We got push-ups from Drake.
Drop and give me 50.
Drop and give me 50.
Yeah.
50 push-ups.
And 50% of your earnings.
So there was some spice. It was a little spicy.
There was definitely spice in push-ups, for sure.
Definitely spicy. And then he hit us back to back with that old tailor-made freestyle. Now, I know this is controversial for people.
I was going to say, you got to use the word controversial.
Yeah. I absolutely love that song. I can't listen to it once. Anytime I play it, I got to play it twice, minimum, because I love the production. The creativity in what he executed there. I love that. And I don't mind. I do not mind that he used AI voices. That don't bother me at all. It's not like he's doing this as a feature on his album. He's in a battle. He's doing creative things. This is theatrics. These are stunts. This is what the battle is. It's no different than you're in person for a battle and they bring in, coffins on stage. Like, this is the theatrics. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the coffins is always so great.
Yeah, the tombstones on stage. Like, shout out to that. But, like, yeah, it's theatrics. And people were like, oh, can you believe it? It's so disrespectful. Chill out, bro. Chill out. I have zero. Let me just put this out here so everybody understands. I have zero space for y'all talking about battles being too disrespectful. It's a battle.
We've been here before.
Yeah, like, stop it. Stop it.
We've been here
Stop
before.
it. Stop. I'm over it. Like, get it together. Tighten yourself up. Yeah.
Okay, I do have a couple of questions when it comes to the tailor-made freestyle.
Okay.
Because I agree. I think that the vision there, I think, was tight. I think it's dope to do it in a way of people that you respect talking to you I thought that was tight.
Yeah.
I don't love the AI. Okay. I do understand it, and I, again, appreciate the vision. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, maybe this is the kind of thing where once there is some sort of understanding and regulation of some sort for me around people's likeness and that kind of stuff, maybe I will not be so like, I don't know, because not only is this one of the people is dead, but one is living.
Right.
And that one that was living didn't even get a text message, a Instagram DM, a owl, nothing.
Yeah.
To let them know. Like, to me, that's weird.
So, like, basically, if the check's getting cut, like if Tupac's estate had been contacted and paid, it's a different story. If you are cutting a check to Snoop, it's a different story. Like, do it the right way, because that's what we're talking about with AI.
Yes,
yeah.
Because, and I'm saying, even if it wasn't actually money, but yes, always pay people. But even if it wasn't, and it was just clearance, just this is what I'm thinking of doing, and then yes, there. And I understand element of surprise, and I understand all of those things, but this is tricky. So if anybody's sticking point a while ago was like, oh, you can't say too much, it's too, that's too mean or something. I guess my sticking point right now is, how do we use AI ethically?
Right. Right.
But we can take that off the table for the moment. And
it's an important point, though, coming right out of the strikes. No, because that was a major thing. Like, you can't just use my likeness however you wish. Right. And that makes sense to me.
So I have issue with that, but I see the vision, I see the point. I think execution could be better or different, maybe if I had different feelings about AI or there was
Right.
So my question to you was going to be, do you feel how do you feel about being one of those people being living and like waking up to their phone blowing up because this person is implicated? Like,
interestingly enough, for me, there was like, and I'm not Snoop, so I'm not going to, I didn't think that it would matter, simply because nobody would believe that Snoop would even feel this way.
Oh, sure.
You know what I'm saying? Or say that.
Sure.
So to me, it was always just like, Halloween mask, put it on, I'm gonna rhyme as Snoop, and I'm gonna take it off, and but yeah, I could imagine if I was Snoop, and he has a pretty good relationship with Kendrick. Yeah, that's nasty. That's nasty work.
It's just
that's
weird.
Nasty work. Yeah.
I'm sure we'll find another time to say this. I'm just going to put a pin right here in Halloween mask, because there's more there for me.
Of the maskings.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So then Kanye drops the Like That remix.
Did you listen to it?
I still haven't listened to it. I think I caught a couple memes with some lines and stuff. You know me. We and Kanye. Nobody listen to that dude. And then also, who's inviting you to this? You sound like
literally no one.
Right, no one cares at all. Also, you know who you look like right now, Kanye? You look like the person in the schoolyard that's watching people jump somebody, and you running up and you kicking them. Like, you pushing in between people to get a kick in and get a punch in and back out. Like, you're not invited to this, and you've had ample opportunities.
So this
you know what I'm saying?
Conversation.
See your way out. Like, you've had ample opportunities to get at dude, and just the way you've been within that relationship, from things that we know, dude, you're nasty. You're nasty. You're nasty to everybody. Like, no one cares. This whole, like, now he's like on some righteous train. We got to get him up out of here. We got to clean up the culture. First off,
You are who we have to
right. Who was
root out.
Come on, who's putting microphones in your face still? Like,
Literally way too many people.
right. Like, nah, you are not. No, we don't care what you have to say about anything. So yeah, I didn't listen to the song. I didn't feel like it was worth my time at all.
I mean, it's probably not.
For Kanye.
It's probably not.
Yeah, but he had to insert himself.
He definitely did. Shout out to a narcissist.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this is maybe just me, but
Could be me.
But a lot of people are like, Kendrick hates Drake. Like this, he hates him. Mm-hmm. I venture to say that Ye hates Drake the way that you think Kendrick does.
Yeah.
I don't think Kendrick actually hates Drake. I think he thinks he's a lame.
Yeah. He's a loud nuisance.
A menace.
Yeah.
He's a menace.
Musical menace.
And he's a fraud in a lot of ways. Mm-hmm. And so I think that and he gets to play the victim in so many things. So there's a lot of layers to it, but I don't think it's like just regular hate. I hate him because he's successful, or I hate him because he, it's not that.
Yeah.
I think that this, the rest of this proves that it's not that. But just trying to make the point that if you right now are like, wow, Kendrick woke up with so much hatred in his heart.
Yeah.
Nah, that hatred that sits within Ye for Drake.
For sure.
Like, so much so that he had to insert himself into a thing that had nothing to do with him. And it was terrible. And he was like, let me go play this for everybody. I want all my friends to hear it.
I mean,
it was awful.
Just imagine you're like, yeah, guys, let's get him. You're like unfortunately, you're like still one of the like top personalities within the culture. Anything you do gets press. If you wanted to do a 7-track project going at him, you could have did that. You could have dedicated your own time, your own production, paid for all your features, and just really just break it down and go at him. I don't know if your ghostwriters are busy, or if they moved on to other projects or don't fuck with you no more. I don't know. But either way, and honestly, the things I have been hearing, he sounds like he's writing for himself a lot now. Like, I don't feel the same energy and talent within those bars.
It's definitely hitting different.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. For sure. Mm-hmm. But man, see yourself out, please. The amount of the little pocket of attention that you got so far in this is all you deserve. You didn't even deserve that much. Please have a seat. Please chill out.
Bruh.
Yeah, no one's begging for another Kanye verse at all. Move along. But then we got ASAP, my man. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. ASAP Rocky threw a couple jabs, and this was on the same project. Yeah. Cool.
When you say the same project, you mean on the Metro Boomin Future project. Joint album.
Yeah.
We Don't Trust You. His was he We Don't Trust You, or We Still Don't Trust You? One of the two.
Yeah.
One of the two.
You wanted to. Yeah. Like, cool. Okay. Rappers beefing about women.
Which is, I think, what the entire... I think it's how it all starts.
I believe that's how it all started.
For Drake. It just is that for the most part.
Yeah. So, I mean, sure. You want to argue and go at Drake. Like, I mean, Common did this. Pretty much anyone Drake has been beefing with, it's been about a woman. Thus far. Kendrick is taking another place, but still, even within this part of their battle, them battling, everyone's on the table. Family's on the table. Partners are on the table. Nothing's off limits. But yeah, so he took some shots at Drake saying, I smashed your BM before she was your BM. There have been a lot of, what's the word I can say? A lot of shots going at this woman for her choice of career. Going back to Pusha and anyone else that wanted to say anything throughout this time. A lot of things said about Adonis's mom.
I mean, misogyny is fun.
It's just part of the culture.
Patriarchy's cool.
Yeah. Anyone that wants to claim that it isn't, I don't know where you've been. That's been a part of hip hop culture since day one. I'm not proud of it, but we don't get to say it's not real just because we don't like it.
No, it's very real.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah.
No question at all.
Right.
I think it's interesting. I'm sorry, I don't want to mean to if I repeat anything, but I think it's interesting that beefs are, happening with people all the time.
Right.
We don't know it, whatever. With Drake specifically, it is 98.5% of the time about a woman.
Yeah.
And it's not even like, I love this woman and
No.
it's always like you guys just all had sex with the same person.
Right.
And somehow we need to still be in competition about it. Like somehow we need to, because that part doesn't make sense to me at all. Also, I'm pretty sure that a lot of y'all have had sex with sex workers. Like the idea that how dare you have a baby mom with a baby with a sex worker. Like let's be for real. Let's be for real.
Yeah.
I get it from the lens of patriarchy, and I am also like, at some point we got to grow up, right?
Yeah, for real.
At some point, as you guys age, there's got to be some wisdom, something happening. There has to be. I could be wrong.
One would think.
Clearly, I'm wrong.
one would like that. Yeah, yeah. So, cool. Rocky jumped in. We also had some very, very great moments from the sidelines. My man Big Sean dropped his freestyle right after Precision. Bananas. Precision is just classic Big Sean. I can't remember what the freestyle was called, but he definitely mentioned the big three in that immediately at the beginning of that freestyle. And it's just like, hey, guys, just remember, I do a thing, and I do it really, really well.
I'm also around.
I'm going to chill. I'm going to watch this play out, and, I'm going to continue to do me. I do it. Like, Sean is one of my favorite MCs, period.
Absolutely.
And he's just like, I don't want to keep riding the train of people don't give him enough respect. Y'all know what it is with Sean. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is with Sean. Period. Like,
do they know what it is with Lupe?
You know what? They constantly have to be reminded. When they started talking about Lupe in any of this, I was like, y'all better leave that dragon sleeping in the mountain. Do not.
Let him hibernate.
Please.
Let him hibernate.
Please.
This has nothing to do with any of a fiasco.
No.
You do not want that.
No. No.
You don't.
No.
It's a weird thing that happens though, that like anytime there's a beef, anytime there's some sort of, we gonna get to Pusha T trends. And
Lupe is mentioned.
But it's also it just kind of goes like, yeah, well, you wouldn't do or say this to so and so, or you didn't say this or do that. You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, yeah, but I've also never beefed with Lupe Fiasco. You know what I mean? Like maybe I'm not gonna call him out because I don't have any reason to.
Yeah,
it's a weird thing to me to bring up people that would have nothing to do with it. I understand Push and Drake at all times. I also understand because Push won the last huge battle.
Yeah.
So for me, it makes sense that he was the current boogeyman.
Right.
And yeah, if we're talking about back and forths, he's gonna get brought up.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why so many other people get brought up. I don't get that. Like, I don't know.
I think
I can leave it. But.
From a fan perspective, I mean, you got zealots. You know, you have fans and you got zealots, and they're stuck in a particular era, stuck within a subgenre.
Sure.
So nothing else to them matters. These are the same ones that go on posts about artists and like they're like, who? Those, those idiots.
Never heard of this person.
Who's
How do you even pronounce that?
What's a Mickey Fax? Like, if you don't know what Mickey Fax is, just be quiet. You're telling on yourself. You're really telling on yourself, and you're disqualified.
You can just leave it.
There's certain conversations you just should not be in.
Yeah.
And it's those folk. Well, you know what? He don't want it with Lupe. Obviously, because this person never said anything to Lupe.
And there's my point.
Right.
Yeah.
So for Lou to be on stage at Coachella and be like, hey, listen. Just to be clear, anybody can get any version of it right now.
And just to clarify,
you, Tyler, this Bad Bunny looking motherfucker, like and there was nothing in that I was like,
he's
not a wolf
exaggerating,
no.
right? Or wow, this is some weird hyperbole coming from like none. And the reason that he said anything in the first place, I believe, if I have this correct, is that people were bringing up that he had apologized to Kendrick. And I can't remember if this was like supposed to be after the Control verse, I think.
Okay.
There was supposed to be some sort of apology. There was not, I didn't see an apology.
Right.
Basically what I saw, like Lupe has done nothing but basically big him up in the way that,
right.
And if you are not familiar with Lupe, if you are not familiar with that era of, because I do mean that era, like this is not,
yeah,
you don't have to be this age and you didn't have to live through it, but if you know about it, then you would understand that there's it's just a little bit different. It's just a little bit different.
Yeah.
Right. And there isn't going to be like a surface level anything when it comes to Lupe. Like he's not going to do like, I'm just not even giving you my time for that. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like there's just.
Lupe walks so Kendrick can run. Like the way y'all loving these levels and these meta, like Lou has like even, I don't think there's ever been a moment we've gotten full Lupe. Like,
nah.
Yeah, we've gotten him in measures.
Right.
Where it's like, oh, he dumped out on that. But he's never like gone Super Saiyan Lupe. Never delivered. It wouldn't land. It wouldn't work. It just.
Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can move forward. I don't remember what my point was going to be anyway. So, yeah, let's definitely move forward.
Leave Lou alone. Keep him out. Mind your business.
Bruh.
Do some education. Lou and Big Sean, please. I think.
Well, what ends up happening real quick is it ends up, spiraling into these weird things where it's like, you wouldn't do that with Black Thought. I know. And he wouldn't do it with you.
Right.
Like, he wouldn't do it with me, you. Like, you're correct. I don't want it with Black Thought.
Right.
I don't want it with Lupe Fiasco.
No.
I don't want it with Kendrick.
I don't want it with King Los.
I don't want it with King Los.
No. No.
I mean, the list is long.
Yeah.
It isn't like, it's only the most lyrical miracle elite MC. No, like this is what can they do with words?
Right.
They don't have to do it all the time.
That's the point. Like a name not frequently mentioned, Pharaoh. Name someone who wants it with Pharaoh. He hasn't ever had to go there. But is that what you want? I don't think so.
Likely not.
I don't think so. I'm gonna chill out. But yeah.
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 Okay, so now we get to the point.
Lord.
Euphoria hits.
Yes.
So in the middle, real quick, of Push-Ups, Tailor Made, before Euphoria comes out, it is
what, 2 weeks? A week and a half?
No, I don't think it was that long. I think the way that it felt was long because there was all this, he better respond. Oh, you ain't respond yet? Today ain't the day? Like, Drake was definitely daily.
Yeah.
hitting a maybe today's the day.
Yeah.
And
you
I
can
think
do
it
that
ended
when
up
you-
probably being like 3 days, but it felt like 10. You
and
know what I
You can
mean?
do that when you back to back it. When you back to back somebody, you're like, and what are we doing here?
Yeah.
What's happening?
I thought you wanted to do this.
And I was definitely a part of that train. I was on that train. Like I literally tweeted, it's like, did Kendrick lose? Because how long are we supposed to wait? I feel like we've been patiently waiting, and like it got stale. The battle got stale. Like we moved on. And it was like, okay, I guess it's a wrap.
Well, when I want to be clear, when you say we, you mean
Me.
you, and you mean there were others. You are not the only
Yeah.
person, but I'm
Me
gonna say,
moved on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have it on my. If Kendrick doesn't respond in 2 more days, then that means that he conceded and it's over or whatever.
Yeah.
Like these things take time,
Right.
but there is no actual clock. So we like to throw things on. We like to put pressure on it for many different reasons.
Yeah.
One being we just want it.
Yeah.
We want it. But
that's
like,
true.
think about how ridiculous it is to be like, I just heard this thing. Now respond to it immediately. You know what I'm saying?
I'll admit, I tiptoed in slander. I definitely tiptoed in slander. It was like, this is trash. What are you doing? I'm like, what's happening? I guess, you don't really want this. You started something and now you got us waiting. Boo. Whole time. Yikes.
I mean, the way, I don't know if we start talking about this yet, but like the way that this was a strategy and the calculations on one person's side here where the other one thought that they had it and then whoopsie doodles. Like,
Yeah. When Euphoria dropped, it was 6 minutes, 40 seconds.
I think 6:24 or something like
Okay.
that.
Because J-Rock was like, he fired him for 6:40.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, sure.
Your words to me at that point was like, so does this work? I mean, was this worth the wait? And I remember saying, you know what? It is worth the wait. Absolutely. And if you're going to have me waiting this long, sure. Give me 6 minutes and 40 seconds. If it's, you don't come out with no 3-minute joint. Man hit the beat switches like this thing was bananas. And it was,
beats.
right, it was what we expected from Kendrick. It was the way we expected it. It was just like, okay, all right, we talking that talk. It's heavy.
We talking that talk doesn't do it justice, actually. Because a lot of the things that were said in that song are things that we have heard or rumors or whatever that when said the way presented in that song even hit different. So like for me, I think there were things like, definitely people flat out were like, we've heard all of this before. So boo, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you have never heard before when it comes to a rap battle. Like,
Right.
And especially about a person that is as famous as or has been in as many beefs as Drake. Like, there's going to be some repeat things. I think that just lends to the fact that they're true. And if multiple people are saying the same exact thing, yikes.
I don't understand why it even matters.
I don't either if it hits.
Yeah.
It's one thing, I think, if it doesn't, if you are doing it like lamer or the way, I don't know. Like, I think execution matters for sure, but
definitely.
it's also like, if the things are big enough, if the things are to be talked about, if we feel like this didn't get enough from the last time somebody said it, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because word to Joe Budden, who was the first one to say anything about Drake and his surgeries, and I thought it was pushed because he was calling it a surgical summer. I was waiting. I don't know if you remember. I was like, that's an Easter egg right there.
We
you
were
just
all
wait. I was like,
waiting.
just wait. He's whatever he drops next is he's going to tell us everything about his surgery.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was Sir Joseph Budden.
Yeah.
And nobody cared when he said it, apparently. Like, nope, didn't matter. So
A prime example of what you're saying is when Drake said Rick Ross is going to read him his rights. Like
his Miranda
rights. That was hilarious. Officer Ricky is like, we're always going to be able to tug on that thread. Like you said, if it's done in a clever way,
yes.
it doesn't feel rehashed. So I think like just people making a critique, and there were so many people, and we see this now. They were undercover Drake stans to now obvious Drake stans.
President.
Man of the fan club, president of the fan club, and they just was like going on and on about certain things. So you had Rosenberg saying what he was saying. You had Jim Jones been riding for Drake for months. Then Mace and Cam on their show rocking OVO stuff, and I forgot exactly what Cam said. And then not too long after that, Jewel said Rick Ross's joint was better than all of Kendrick's diss tracks.
Stop right now.
Then he got like, what's the word I'm looking for? Accosted on social media. And then he was like, my bad, y'all. I listened again. And it's like, what are y'all doing?
Well,
just chill out, bro.
Are we still on drugs?
Quite possibly.
That's no judgment. I'm asking, like, did you hear it through clear ears?
Right. But yeah,
because no, you didn't. No, you didn't think that. Ain't no way you thought that.
Right. So Euphoria hit. We had a intro. Everything they say about me is true. He reversed that.
I'm a phony.
Everything they say about me is true. It was a sample from The Wiz.
Yep. Richard
Pryor's character, the Wizard. He reversed those vocals, started the track with that, and then went right in. And I gotta tell you, no games played. No games played with Kendrick.
Again,
none.
3 beat switches,
Mm-hmm.
multiple flows.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there are people that don't like any voice change from him. Like that, it's a little too Eminem-ish for some folks. And I think if it hit me the way like Nicki Minaj and Roman did, maybe I would feel the same way. And don't get me wrong, I haven't always been like, I love this. I'm sure I'm sure that I definitely had feelings at some point. But at this point, and in that song,
yeah,
there is no, ew, don't do that voice like that people are saying. It's confusing to me because Drake is supposed to be a great actor. Right? And I think he is likely a great actor. We're witnessing a lot of it.
Yes, we are.
One of the most important things is to be able to convey emotion.
Right.
The way that Kendrick is able to convey emotion with different voices is just that. It is conveying emotion. So, like, I think that maybe we all need to, I don't know, open the ears to a little bit something different every now and again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't let that just stop you from understanding the things being said.
Are you right? Are you listening to the words here? Like,
I mean, there are things that make people be like, ew, yeah, just tune out.
Sure.
So I think, it's possible that there's folks that missed it.
Yeah.
Because of that. I know that there's lots of things that were missed and for lots of different reasons, but like, yeah.
Yeah, for me, like, I was talking to the homie Lean about it. For me, when you are going at somebody and you're playfully switching voices like that, to me, it makes it that much harder because it's like you're in the playground, you're on the merry-go-round, just like it's nothing. And it didn't take away from anything that he was saying. It made it harder for me because again, like I'm toying with you right now. I'm toying with you, and it was a clear indication that he was toying with them.
Yeah.
Because the things that followed Euphoria are just absolutely bananas. But there were some lines in Euphoria, headshot for the year. You better walk around like Daft Punk. I said, wowzers. Like,
there are so many. Like, what we should have
Yeah.
done is some sort of reaction video, but like, and I don't want to, do too much time on the build up because we got to get to like what in the world happened in
Yeah.
these things. But
Yeah.
it is so layered, and there are so many things that you missed. I am telling you that, and I don't know what whoever you are and whatever level of listener you are, there are things you missed.
Yeah.
There are things that you have to replay, you have to re-listen, you got to get the lyrics up on the thing because you're missing a lot.
Yeah. I remember saying to MJ, Kendrick is on this Jordan Peele. Like, you gotta process the content several times to get all of the messages from all the angles, not just because of where we are from a comprehension standpoint, but because of how he is writing and crafting this stuff. It's to be digested that way. Like, period. Go back to Damn, when they were like, if you listen to the album in reverse, it doesn't. I've never listened to Damn in reverse. I was like, this extra work, I'm not doing it. But the fact that he did create the project in that way is like, so he didn't leave that technique off the table,
right?
Just because he's doing the diss. No, you're still getting
the concepts are still concepting.
Man,
indeed.
Woo. When I see you stand by Sexy Red, I believe you see two bad bitches. Oh, okay.
I mean, it's the rest of it for me. Because it's something like, you see it as competition, you might start popping ass with them. Listen.
Yeah.
Yo. Not to be anything other than, that is hilarious. That is funny.
Yeah. But we talked about this before, him taking shots at women. Just like, dude. And I remember you saying this a while ago. Like, he hates women.
He does.
Like a lot of men do on some real.
Absolutely.
Like,
and we know, we get it. You don't
Not
think
all
so.
men.
And, well, definitely not all men, for sure. And then also not you, because you have a mom. And also not you, because you like your sister a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, we're definitely not talking about you.
Yeah, sure.
No, like, yeah, I mean, our culture, our society, it's the air we breathe. I'm not coming at anybody individually. This legitimately is a system. So, don't take the pressure off, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, like, it's, you just get to do that. You know what I mean? Like, you just get to be fully misogynistic, fully like, and it's not a thing.
No, not at all.
It's expected.
Yeah.
It's accepted. So yeah, like, him being that is acceptable.
Par for the course.
Yeah, par for the course, acceptable for the group at large, and is the kind of thing that just continuously makes me go, damn, like, I just can't. I just can't.
This is where we at.
Because not when you decide. I mean, like, you don't have anything to do with it. It's a Kanye move.
Yeah.
Like, you had no reason to jump in the Tory and Meg situation, and then you became the treasurer of his stan club and was like, I'm gonna make sure everybody knows Tory did nothing wrong.
Right.
Like, in what regard? Y'all don't even like each other.
Right.
You what do you mean? If you are uniting around the ability to harm women, I want you to really think about it.
Yeah.
I want you to really think about what does that mean for you?
Yeah.
What does it mean for you? Because the reason that you are lending that person your support is for that.
Yeah.
There is no other reason. You're not going to tell me that, oh, he's an innocent black man who went to... Nope. No. He told you he wasn't innocent.
Right.
We could just leave. I don't even want to do all that.
Yeah.
But, like, let's be for real. Drake had no business, no reason. He pulled a Jermaine. He just jumped in. I got to say something here, guys.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. But for you, you do, because that is how much you hate women. That is how much you cannot, like, stand to see somebody else doing, existing. I don't know.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like, it's gross.
So, Euphoria, that was a Tuesday morning. It shook up the world. People were like, excuse me, sir, I have to go to work. Okay? People were dipping out of Zoom meetings, making up excuses. My last meeting ran too long. Sorry.
Yes.
Black Twitter was alive and well. It was
just
cracking.
Thriving.
Yes. And we were still breaking this thing down throughout the entire week. And then what had happened was, like you mentioned earlier, Friday morning, 6:16 in LA. The amount of ways that 6:16, those numbers have been broken down and explained in the significance of this diss,
Yes.
is ridiculous. The list just keeps getting longer and longer and longer.
Yep.
I remember people, a couple people cracking up like, I think Kendrick might have said something about me in here. I don't know. I got to keep breaking this track down. I might possibly have been dissed.
I think I definitely was dissed. I definitely was.
Yo.
So
back to back on them.
I wanna just do a quick little recap there, because from Drake we got the push-ups, and then we got immediately following the tailor-made freestyle. We had a little break there. We got Euphoria, and then Kendrick was like, "I also too know how to run it back."
I give your backs to backs.
Now, I feel like it's important to mention that Aubrey Graham did say in a very menacing, outro to TaylorMade, like, you gonna have to come with the heat, boy, like it's gonna have to be double or what do you say, quadruple
entendres. He was like, say something I don't even understand.
Say something I don't understand. It's gonna have to be so good I don't understand it. Which what we found out is like not a lot.
The bar is pretty low.
The bar is in hell. It's under hell for what y'all do and don't understand. Like, holy moly, donut shop.
Dang.
If anybody, like, we've had this conversation way too many times, but like, merit means absolutely dick.
Right.
Fuck all. It means nothing.
Right.
So certainly your level of intelligence means absolutely dick too. So the fact that you are a rich, successful person certainly does not mean that you are smart. It certainly doesn't mean that you have, any sort of regular intelligence or an emotional intelligence. Like, there's just...
Right.
And we just assume there's a lot of assumptions made with age, with success, and all of those things. But my word, Bird, it did not take much to go over a lot of people's heads.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is not coming from like, I'm a genius, and so I understand everything. There's a lot of things we didn't, you gotta, I don't know what that means. What's that mean?
Right. Right.
But I guess the curiosity of what does it mean is important, because people just inserting what they think the answer is, or, what the thing was, and assuming or just writing it off as a thing that like doesn't even matter because you didn't get it.
Right. Right.
Like, it's the laziest thing in the world.
It's just over your head.
But it's not even, they won't even say that.
Right.
Because really,
They can't admit that.
They can't admit that. So it's, it was so weak, it's so lame, it was so boring, it was so this, it was so that, like, but really you just can't, it's feeling very much like reading a book would be too hard.
You don't have the attention span to listen to this song, not only the way it needs to be listened to and the amount of times it needs to be listened to, in order for you to be able to process it. That's it. Like, the comprehension, the reading comprehension, the listening comprehension ain't there.
The thing is, one thing that we can always give credit to Drake for is being able to write a hell of a catchy song.
Oh, yeah. Pop star.
Absolute pop star. Absolute, like, again, and I this goes for me, this goes for everybody. If you have a bunch of ghostwriters, I don't care. Does anybody else deliver it the way you do?
Right.
Is anybody else, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, that part does not matter to me.
Right. Ghostwriting goes back to day one in rap. Let's go.
Yeah, like, we could just use the word collaboration instead if you wanted to, and
If it
stop
makes you
trying
feel
to
better.
Stop trying to make it seem like the only way you could be worth a damn as an MC is that you are a rugged individual. You know what I mean?
Right.
I get it by myself. Like, we could let go of that narrative. Those things aren't real.
Nah.
You didn't bootstrap. That's not what happened in your rap career. Please stop it now.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't have to pay for beats. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things. We can stop it. That's a collaboration. You got some mutual aid.
You got some hip-hop mutual aid.
Literally. Yeah. You got some Social Security, and then you were like, I did it all by myself. No, you didn't.
Right.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I did jump in.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So, 616 happened, and it was great to get a back-to-back from Kendrick, period. Mm-hmm. Period. And, we were chomping at the bit on that, like, all day. Like, and the YouTube numbers, the plays on that just zoomed.
Yeah.
Zoomed. There was nothing more exciting happening at that point. Nothing.
So, Euphoria, and then 616. Were you like, it's over?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm going to be crystal clear, y'all. I don't think, and then we talked about Drake bowing out with Pusha. I don't think Drake understands where he is in relation to Kendrick from a talent and skills standpoint. I think Drake still thinks that he can get Kendrick. And so it's way too early. He hasn't been like, because here's the thing. The things that are being said about Drake right now, these could be career-ending things, period, if any of this stuff bears fruit.
Right.
Like, this is going to drastically change the trajectory of his endorsements, everything, all of his relationships, if the things that Kendrick is now saying are true. Before we got here, I remember saying, and we talked about this before, about Euphoria, it was a dismantling. It was divorcing him from the culture.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
So you can say anything you want to say, but you out here,
You are literally living in confusion.
You're living in confusion. You are a black man, a biracial black man, calling another black man a racist. Sir, one, that's not how racism works. Two,
literally at all.
Even as a joke, you are playing yourself super hard. Like, super hard. That was just like, dog, you don't get it. You really.
I mean, I think let's actually save some of that to get to the comprehension portion, because unless we want to just break those things down real quick,
because we can save it.
Because I think there were things that were said in Euphoria that not only I think Drake either confuses or refuses to understand what they mean. And I guess that could be the same thing for his fans or people that want him to win this battle. Because I'm not going to say that everyone that's like, can't wait for Drake to win is a huge Drake stan. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's just anti-Kendrick.
Could be.
It's a lot of that.
Could be. Mm-hmm. And I think that there's a lot of, anti either one of them from people simply based off of misunderstandings of personas anyway. And so that's another layer to it all, because you can only comprehend what you ingest. You know what I mean? Like, if you have not paid attention to, or this isn't your cup of tea, so you just don't listen or whatever, like, you could come to the conclusion of, certain things, but again, you're basing that opinion on not total, complete information, so then it's not really a great formed opinion.
It's half-baked.
Yeah. Sorry, I think I interrupted you, and I don't even remember why.
No. We were just, we were talking about, when that hit, the way that hit, and basically,
needing to get to the point of, that there were a lot of questionable responses to Euphoria.
Yeah.
So Euphoria happens, and then 616 happens, and 616 is not the same vitriolic spice, but it is spice, and the thing for me is they have very different approaches here, and I think that that's because they have very different things they're doing.
Yeah. They're approaching
point of it.
Yeah, they're approaching it completely differently.
Yes, but I think that's because the point of it, that whatever the end result for either one of them isn't just winning a battle. There's something else to it.
Yeah.
For Drake, I do think it's a little more surface. I think it's just like, let me show you that I am the best.
Yeah.
And I think you can tell that when it comes to the content of what each diss has.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Kendrick's approach is definitely on all of these a little more serious, and just by, hey, I mean this.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I actually mean what I'm saying. These are the things I see. This is what I don't like.
Yeah.
That's you're playing a different game.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Then we get.
So I was going to say before that, some of the things mentioned in 616 kind of gave us like a heads up that, hey,
What might be coming.
Yeah, Kendrick ain't really playing. Have you ever thought that OVO is working for me? The cover art for 616.
Oh.
Like,
Again, the quintuple entendre that is 616 itself.
right.
If you have not looked into this, just a real quick, like, this immediately for me was like, oh, that's Tupac's birthday. That's funny.
Right.
Then find out, oh, that's actually Father's Day this year.
Oh,
That's super funny.
jeez.
What? Euphoria premiered on that day? Excuse me? In what regard?
Right.
Also, just seeing the Murder One gloves, if you are of that era, if you are especially from the West Coast, that was definitely a time to be alive.
Right.
But you see those gloves, you immediately think either O.J. Simpson or murder. One of the two.
Yeah, easily.
Murder, death.
Easily. It's going down.
So seeing those, I was like, oh, dog. Like, okay. Something's about to happen.
Yeah.
I did not realize Nicole Brown Simpson's funeral was on 6/16.
It's wild. It's wild how long that list got.
I mean,
there's probably more things
that's
going
the
on.
one for you to have the gloves up and then that be the like.
Right. But then
You asked for the quintuple on Andres.
yeah. But then we got something we were not expecting. I'm trying to think, were we already out? We were already out grocery shopping at this point when Family Matters dropped?
Indeed.
We were grocery shopping. We were we split the list. We're tackling it separately. Got our own carts. We crossed paths. Here I am, just in the spice aisle. And then I said, I'm not sure what you're listening to right now, but
Yeah, we met up.
Drake just dropped a ting. Whoo lordy.
And it was a lot.
Street sweeping.
Rah.
Yeah.
Rah.
Everybody could get it and did.
And did. Now, everybody did, there are some things where I'm like, when you got to go back and talk about it, it's really not that great.
Oh,
But
wow.
some of it.
Okay.
Some of it. I'm not saying the whole, again, what does Drake do? Make hits.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah.
He is making a song that can chart.
Right.
Again, the goal is different here.
Completely.
We are doing two different things. This is not, we're not doing the same. So he's, hit. A hit. He towed the Good Kid, Mad City van. I'm big peeved about that on its own.
The fact that
However,
my man did a visual for the diss track is crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
And back to who Drake was, who he has been. I loved every single second of You Did That.
Yeah.
I also hated every single second because it's the Good Kid, Mad City. You know?
Right.
But like that's top tier troll right there. That is top tier disrespect.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So super here for that. And again, a lot of people got it. There is a problem for me, or problem's not the wrong word.
Issue?
I guess I just have a question. Mm-hmm. There was in the fodder before we got Euphoria. Mm-hmm. A lot of conversation was just, you know, like, you guys are giving Kendrick too much ammo, or you know what I mean? Like in the discourse of talking about Kendrick and Drake, then it's like both fan bases are like, he's just going to take all of this now. You're just giving them all of the material.
Okay.
Which is an interesting thing, like that they wouldn't be able to
get access to that, right? Like
yeah,
they're not
like
on the internet.
They are. They
Right.
absolutely are. They are on the internet. They are also able to process those things sometimes by themselves. I don't know.
And even better because they're on the inside, guys.
Right. But my point is that was the conversation, and mostly towards Kendrick because he had not responded yet. So
Right.
it's like, oh, you guys are just saying all of this stuff about young girls and da-da-da. So he's just going to say all of this stuff. How do those same folks feel that Drake actually like watched other people's content and then put it into his thing?
Yeah. He crowdsourced.
I
remember saying that about Kendrick on Euphoria.
But
I said, you're going to feel seen.
Yeah, but in a different way.
Definitely.
A different way. And it definitely hit in a completely different way. It wasn't, it's stuff that we have been talking about for years. And that has been hard to articulate sometimes of like, I don't know what's happening with Drake, but like, we on 7th accent now? Or we, you know, like, seems kind of weird that it's like every single new person, because it doesn't feel like I'm doing this for their benefit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't him putting the homies on. So yeah, things that we've talked about for years were said in a way that hit. It
was concise. It was witty.
All of that.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, I do feel seen.
Yeah.
Someone else feels this way.
Yeah.
It's not just me.
Yeah. With Family Matters, he started out directly responding to
we don't want to hear you say nigga no more.
Off the rip, came at it, like I said, street sweep for everyone else involved in the battle. And then things got super personal. Things went to a level that we were like, oh, whoa. Okay, you're saying Kendrick's kids might not be his. You're saying his BM,
with his manager.
You're saying his BM is unhappy. His fiancé is unhappy. He's been stringing her along. You're saying he puts his hands on her. Like, it leveled up.
Indeed.
It turned into a thing.
Indeed.
So we're in the supermarket like, holy smokes. And before we could check out.
Literally actual checkout. Like, we were bagging our groceries probably when this Kendrick drops. Kendrick
drops. He hits the world with Meet the Grams. It was funny because we discussed doing the podcast again, recording this episode, and it was like, I feel like there's enough out, you know.
Right.
You get bam, 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 and it got to the point where it was like
3 songs in one day. 3 songs in one day.
Yeah, it got to the point where I was like, can we go to sleep?
Can we even do this?
We don't know what's going to happen overnight.
Yeah, you got to stay up. Sleeping shifts. Just got to make sure that we know at all times what's happening.
Meet the Grams hit on that first listen. I was like, at that point, because of the things that matter to me in rap battles. At that point, I was like, okay, looking at everything that has dropped so far, this is the top rap battle in hip hop history. This is it. This is the first off, we're talking about two stars that are at the highest point right now. In addition to that, the things that they are saying, the things that they are recording, and the frequency in which this stuff is coming out.
Right.
Like this is mixtape. This is, we run into the radio station. Like that pace.
Hot 97.
Right. That pace.
One person goes, next person goes.
Then at the same time, it's Queen of the Ring personals.
Woo.
It's in-person rap battle personals with this content. The content is so wild that people are like, you have to doubt it. You have to have some level of doubt with the things that are being said, because good grief, this can't all be real. Please. I beg.
Yes.
Please.
Like, slow down.
Come on. Give me a break.
Here's how I feel. Mm-hmm. I think the moment that the Like That song was mastered and put on We Don't Trust You, and likely before anybody even decided that would be a single, Meet the Grams existed.
Kendrick was already in motion. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a strategery that, a lot of folks don't have. And that's not like because we're dumb or something. It's just like not the way our brains work, right?
Yeah.
A lot of folks, the brains just don't work that way.
Right.
Seeing something way down the line and then putting that plan together. Like if you're a project manager, you see certain things differently. If you're an event producer, you see things a little differently, right? So like, there are certain steps that you are going to have to hit. And I think that like in this whole thing for Kendrick, he baited him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He did exactly what Pusha did, but it worked this time all the way. It all the way worked this time.
Very Pusha T-esque.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, he baited him. He had it. I know I just really believe that Meet the Grams was that was always going to be, maybe it's not the end, but it is the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's talking to his entire family separately in letter form over one of the most menacing beats.
Shout out to The Alchemist.
I mean, menacing.
The song started out addressing his son. I'm sorry that man is your father. Sir, I understand that Drake said some things about you, but we need to all, can we get a timeout? Can we lace up again? Because what on earth?
I do want to remind you that within this, however long we've been recording, have said multiple times, I think, everything's on the table.
Yeah.
There is no.
Yeah.
And you still had a pause, right? Like,
Man.
whoa. Now, wait a minute. You're talking directly to his kid? Directly to. What do we mean?
Not about.
Two. Like, that's a thing. That's a thing.
Yeah.
I think that was there. Even if it wasn't all the way completed in the way that it has been presented to us.
Right.
I think that there were in two different songs, 2 times that Kendrick asked, have you ever, basically played Have You Ever?
Right.
And in the second one is, have you ever thought that OVO could be working for me? All it takes is one, friends. All it takes is one. All it takes is one person to be able to change your entire war strategy.
Right.
Your entire career. Your entire narrative. Yep. Because if outed in any way, and I wish that it was, integrity was a thing that people actually gave a shit about, but it's not,
No.
But yeah, like this just went extra.
Yeah.
We got such intimate. It felt very much like a therapy session with each individual person that he's addressing. Then you give us that he's hiding another child.
Bruh.
Listen.
Unnecessary.
Here's the thing.
Unnecessary.
I think that it's like there's a whole, 2-3 minutes left before he even gets to that kid. Like there's so many people he addresses before that.
Right. Sandra.
Dennis. Adonis. Aubrey. Then the girl.
Right.
And I'm saying the girl because who knows? I have no idea
name.
if that's an existing actual person or does not help that the tweet I think that people brought up was Drake saying baby girl
in 2015
the
so
time
the
made it mathed perfectly. And I'll just say holy moly donuts. And then also Drake is absolutely the person that would just tweet that out of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
And it mean nothing other than he just saw someone that he likes.
Right.
Or those are two words.
It worked.
Yeah. So I mean, so I'm saying the girl because I have no idea if that's a thing or not.
Right.
But there were it just ooh. The presentation, the execution, all the things. There's no way he didn't have that going, and there's no way he didn't know that Family Matters was on its way.
Right.
So, to me, that means that either Drake has been trying to gather some dirt or has been...
I mean, he spoke to it. He said you spent that money and came back with nothing. No receipts. Sorry, my life's boring.
Right.
Yeah.
And but also that... I think that had to be happening beforehand. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It wasn't...
Oh, yeah.
Because why else is... And maybe that's just, you're kind of consistently running retcon.
Yeah.
Who knows? That's just always, you got some money out there in the streets that's going to bring you back some tea from somebody that you have asked for. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's the case.
Yeah.
Whatever the situation is, somehow, Kendrick knew that Drake was already... trying to look through a file.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And was trying to collect. I don't know if he knew the actual song existed or if that would be fodder in one. But I've never seen in a beef this way, there is an actual back and forth. The back and forth, there's normally something happens, the person responds.
Right.
Person responds, right? Kendrick dropped 27 minutes after Family Matters, and it wasn't that short, but it might as well have been.
Bruh.
Maybe an hour, maybe 45 minutes, something like that.
It wasn't a full hour.
It wasn't a full hour.
Yeah.
It stepped on Family Matters so much, people were like, is it Family Ties? Is it Family Matters? Is it Family Fun? Feud?
And you saw it, and you saw it in the views. You saw it in the plays.
Wow.
Stepped right on it.
Now, they're a little more neck to neck right now. Mm-hmm. But in that beginning, that first 3-4 hours, it was like nobody even knew that Drake's was out.
Yeah.
Excellent
strategy.
it was hundreds of thousands to millions of views.
Yeah.
Versus millions of views. Like that, which is, even just based on following. Drake is a Kardashian.
Yeah.
He has 146 million Instagram followers.
Yeah.
Kendrick has 12 million.
Yeah.
And I think that his is pretty consistent when it's Twitter and whatever else. It's pretty consistent for both of them. So for that to go out to that many people, we know it's not, 146 million people saw it all at the same time or anything, but for that large of a net.
Yeah. That platform's huge.
For it to be such a disparity in numbers was something's being said.
Bruh.
Something's happening. Something's happening.
That was nasty. That was all the way nasty.
So, where we are now.
Mm-hmm. We're in the aftermath.
We're in the aftermath.
We're in the wake.
But there are a couple of things that I want to... I want to talk about real quick, and I don't know how much time we have left, but I will try and be real concise. Yeah. Shout out to Van Lathan, who put us on to the BBI. Not to be confused with the BBL. The BBI is the Biracial Bureau of Investigations. We are already in, a tricky time. There's a lot coming into question. There's a lot of, we're seeing a highlight of the confused biracial folk who, am I white enough? Am I black enough? Like, there's a lot of that.
How did that hit you? There was a lot of conversation online from people who are biracial saying, hey, I'm not that type of biracial.
Not all biracials.
Not all biracials. Yeah.
How does what hit me, though? Which part? Because I think it's a few things.
Well, how did any of it hit you? All of it hit you.
Okay, well, so for anybody who doesn't know, there is a distinction being made of biracial people who have a white mom. Mm-hmm. If you have a white mom, there are certain things that you experienced, were raised with, were aware of that you would not get, or it is just completely different than having a black mom or a non-white mom.
Right.
But very specifically in this conversation, a black mom.
Right.
As the daughter of a white.
Of a white?
Woman.
Okay.
Oh, thanks. Sorry.
The daughter of a white.
Wow. I even thought I said mom. So my brain's doing great. As a daughter of a white woman.
Right.
Yeah, yes. There are things. There are things. There are also things that are, there's a couple of benefits. You kind of are able to identify certain white women behaviors that you would not necessarily know what that meant had you had not been raised by one.
Right.
Anyway, the point is that there's a bit of a softness, I think.
A presumed
softness. And the distinction was being made of a J. Cole white mom and a Drake white mom.
Right.
And there is a distinction.
Okay.
Now, in all groups of things, not all that people, not all those whatever, like everybody's experience is different. One thing we do have to remember is that, and I blame Drake for this, but one thing we have to remember is that Drake's experience is never going to be that of a black American. So when he is being, judged as such or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's really. But also, he has spent his life trying to be that on stage. Not his, that is what he portrays.
The persona.
He's not
one of many.
He's not choosing to appear that he came from Toronto.
Right. He's not keeping it Canadian.
He's not keeping it Canadian. Word to Wayne.
Word to Wayne.
He's just not.
Yeah.
So when people do give him that smoke of like, you don't even understand any of this stuff, it's like, that is kind of your fault. Like, you keep being like, look at me. I'm just.
You wasn't kicking it in Memphis, B.
Yo.
Yikes.
So back to the Biracial Bureau of Investigations. Because it must be said.
Yeah.
Trial.
Take him to trial.
Take him to trial right now. He did everything. You are not like, nope. You proved it.
You proved Kendrick right.
You proved the entire thing right. You didn't even mean to. You have no idea how much you self-reported. You don't even know how anti-black you are. Like, there was so much stuff happening in such a short amount of time. One, he called Rick Ross racist in a text message to his white mother, whilst also making fun of him for being on Ozempic-like drug, which he also is on.
Right. Word to album art.
But for anybody, and I do mean this with, respect or disrespect, doesn't matter. If you don't understand at this point how racism works and how absolutely ridiculous it is for anybody adjacent to whiteness in that way. How ridiculous it is for you to go to the white authority in your life and say, this is the thing that happened to me. Racism, right?
Learn about
that
it.
black man over there, racist to me.
Total racist to me.
Totally, because he said my mom's white and so I can't say the N-word. Like, you did it. You did it. You did it.
Yeah.
You responded as an entitled white frat boy.
Yeah.
Or Wall Street guy.
Yeah.
Or president of a company.
Dude, my dad
or the janitor.
My dad owns the dealership. What are we talking about?
Literally.
Yeah.
Do you guys know who my dad is?
Yeah.
Is how he responded.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Investigate right now. That's number one. That's just number one. My man, that's from the beginning. That's from a Rick Ross exchange.
Yeah.
That's not even from a Kendrick situation. So when Kendrick says, honestly, I don't even like hearing you say nigga. Like and the way that Kendrick said it for me was, that's how I felt seen. Was like this, I ain't even gotta be, it ain't even gotta be that deep. It's just
cringeworthy.
You continuously put this costume on. I'm uncomfortable. Yeah. If Candace Owens was doing this, I would be uncomfortable. I would say absolutely fucking not.
Right.
You do not identify. You do not live this life. You do not culturally identify with being black. You do want more than anything to not be biologically.
Yeah.
Someone like Candace. I don't think that's true for Drake. I think he does not have a connection to blackness. So his understanding of blackness is stereotypical entertainment.
Yep.
Surface level understanding. And so it looks that way. It looks like a caricature when you put on FUBU. It looks like a caricature that you have long hair now and you tried to throw it out. It looks weird for you to have clips in your hair that you've never worn in your life. These are cultural things for black people that you actually don't understand.
Right.
You are just putting it on. And so, it is a, what? Are you a part of the Confederacy?
What's happening here?
Why are you, what's happening?
Yeah.
So, like, for me, him missing what Kendrick was saying, him missing how ridiculous it was for him to scream racism about Rick Ross calling him white boy.
Like, come on, babe.
I mean, like, let's be for real. Let's be fucking for real.
That wasn't the first time you heard that.
That's not the first time you heard that. And honestly, respond to the thing that matters. You are insecure that you are not the cool one.
Right.
And the cool crowd has absolutely never accepted you.
Right.
So you have gone on, this is your villain story. That you're going to, come back and crush everybody with your, I don't know, big dick or something. Because look at all the ladies I fucked. Like, I think that's, part of the equation.
Right.
But that's where it stems from. It stems from your insecurity of not really actually being a cool dude and wanting nothing more than to be a cool dude that gets the ladies. Right. Like, that's it. So it's fraudulent. It's like, so then, like I said, either confusing or refusing to understand what that situation is and just how, what the point is that you're a cultural vulture, not that your mom is white. And I think that you said it in like the perfect way for me, which was, it's about who you are, not what you are. Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of people got lost in that.
Yes.
And, they're saying like, even, with Cam response saying, he's coming at Drake, but he got a half white wife. Like, y'all are missing what Kendrick is saying. You're really missing it. No one's saying there's an issue with him being biracial. It has nothing to do with what he is.
Or you, or the person you love, or whatever. It's literally not about that. And if your understanding of race is the one drop means you are, and like, number one, think about the things that you're upholding there. And then number two, you are not connected to the culture.
Right.
I could find out tomorrow that I have a large amount of indigenous ancestry. I do not know what that means though. Right? There's work to do.
It's not for you to start conducting yourself like a pretending.
I certainly am not going to be like, hey guys, look at me and show up in some garb.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't even know if that's your garb or not.
Right.
Like, so no, like there is certainly the ethnic portion and there is the cultural portion, and the cultural portion matters, and that's how people get confused, because you want it to be an easy answer. You want it to just be, if you are, this color, you can say certain things. Like, understand, if you are actually connected to blackness, this is not a conversation that you're having.
Right.
This is not it's just not.
And there are some, some regional things at play too. Like, we talk about this, members of the Latin community, Latino community, using the word nigga. So, like, again,
which there is a difference between an Afro-Latino and a Latino.
Absolutely.
I just want to say that real quick.
Absolutely. So it's interesting, again, to watch people, in these moments on Twitter, like, Fat Joe doesn't get to say nigga. I am from the East Coast. Are y'all saying the same thing about pun? Like, I grow up in communities with these people. Like, when the cops pull up, all of us are niggas. We're all treated.
Do they say, "Oh, not you, Fat Joseph.
Right.
Come over here, white man."
Right.
Like, or
right.
What is it? Hispanic non-white?
Yeah.
Like, is that what they say to?
At all.
Come on.
Not happening. Not happening. But again, that experience is different out here. So I understand, people having an issue, and then saying, "Well, hey, y'all can't use that word." Oh.
I do understand people having an issue, and then once explained certain things, I feel like it should be okay. Now it's understood.
Right.
We don't have to start from the beginning every time there's a new person that you have a question about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is not about having a white parent. This is not about any sort of adjacency to whiteness. This is about, you are not at all connected to the culture that you are exploiting in order to be successful, in order to be the cool person that you have always wanted to be, all those things. This is exploitation at that point. You are a caricature. And there are going to be people that have zero issue with that forever and always. I think somebody that I used to think, was it Quincy Jones? Somebody just said, like, yeah, more blackface sounds good to me. No, it wasn't him. Billy D. Williams.
Billy D. Williams said that.
What's the matter with blackface? Just, like, handle that scandal. That's funny.
It's art.
It's art. So there's always going to be people that are doing that. But there's a level of, like, I used Candace as an example, and that is a level of anti-blackness that she moves in.
Yeah. It's her fave.
That I kind of think, like, she's the kind of person who would be like, I would never use that word. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, absolutely, I would never use that word. And nobody should use that word. And I can't believe that anybody does.
Better get away from me with that.
There is something to not understanding that that's not what anybody's saying. And for you to sit on the surface right there and then respond to that, instead of the fact that fam is saying that it ain't got nothing to do with the fact that you have a white parent. It's literally, you just don't fit.
He's also saying, it's apparent that you struggle with that.
Yes.
And you keep showing us that you are struggling.
That you struggle with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is, like, oh man, I don't know. There's just,
yeah,
there's a lot there. And a lot of people, I think, got confused by that. And they're like, so what, I can't say, like, hit dogs holler, number one.
Boom,
and then realize, if that shoe don't fit you, move forward. Get your foot out of it. Stop trying to fit into something that ain't you. Like, it has nothing to do with you. I'm not offended by him saying that. That don't have nothing to do with me. With my same white mother, you know, like, that's, and I realize that everybody's experience is different, right? And I have said this a lot, and I am not saying it in a way that is trying to diminish anybody's feelings that they have or insecurities,
right?
And their experience of, having family that didn't accept them as they were. I think that is a lot of biracial people's experience. It is not one that I understand, so or that I lived.
Right.
So when I say this, I'm trying to clarify that I'm not like, you're weirdos. I don't I don't get it. I just didn't grow up in that same situation. So I didn't ever feel like I'm not white enough, I'm not black enough. I also never had an opportunity walking outside of my house from a baby to this very second where I was treated like a white person. So I don't even have like the machinations of what that feels like.
Right.
Like what I have seen is a lot of white women in my family be treated like white women.
Right.
And I have not ever been treated that way. You know what I mean? So like for me, certain things are reinforced. It just apparently was reinforced in a way that for me is affirming in who I am rather than it being something that is
causes
me.
Question.
Yeah. Like exactly that.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I want to, forgive me for picking up my phone. I have it on air, on focus mode, so I'm not distracted. Something said, let me just check to see if anything else has hit. And Kendrick, 1 hour ago, dropped a song called Not Like Us. And the artwork is an overhead shot of Drake's house. It is on YouTube. It is real. It is Kendrick's. And it's already at 1 million+ views.
It's an hour ago?
This is it's just, how do you create content in this environment?
You absolutely cannot. We are not live streamers. We have to live stream now. You have a gig tonight. I have stuff to do. Wow. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. I also, part of me feels like this particular views was supposed to be a little different. We did a lot more breaking down of certain issues that I didn't think we would. So it's a lot longer than I thought it would be. I don't know what to do. I think we end it.
I was going to say play it. I was going to say pull it up. We got the Bluetooth connected. We can give a couple reactions to that. I mean, let me see how long this thing is.
Okay.
It's 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Ooh.
Okay. Now, this is a production moment, so mark the time so that you can edit this.
Okay. Where are we at?
Because my question is going to be, because we can't just play it all the way through. We'd have to pause it and do,
Yeah.
so that it is not a copywritten thing.
I think
this.
Go ahead.
In this moment, do we listen to it and then respond, or do we respond as we're listening?
I think we're responding as we're
pause.
listening. Yeah, we do the pauses. It's a much greater chance of this not getting clipped. So
can we take a 4-minute break?
Okay. All right. Take a quick break.
Can you just tell me or show me real quick just what the thing looks like? I just don't know where the... Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, someone ripped my thing. It's gonna be problems and repercussions around this motherfucker right here.
Bruh.
I'll tell you this about that.
Tell you this about that.
This about that right now. Sean.
Okay.
Okay, now we're about to do this.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yep.
We are going to listen to the most recently. This is a complete and total. What do they call it? When you
breaking news?
No, like you actually have not pre-watched this.
Oh yeah,
it's a blind
live reaction.
Is that's what?
Live react. Yeah. This happened while we were recording.
Happened while we're recording, and you yell at me if you need me to pause it if I haven't paused it enough.
Okay.
Right. if we need to. Okay.
All right, you go ahead and press play there. I'm gonna play with these levels. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna stop real quick. Just The cover art is the aerial view of Drake's house, and those are they sex offender dots?
I mean, we can only find out what's, you know. I love the speculation.
Oh, I just realized I had all the see dead people.
Aye. Mustard on the beat, ho, Debo, any rap nigga, he a freak throw, man down, call like Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro, nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all and they mama. How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton.
Please pause. Please pause.
Okay, first of all, I think I played it for too long. Like I don't even know. We're gonna have to mute it or something.
We'll see. We'll see. Oh. The beat's fire.
I'm starting it over.
The beat's fire.
Are you out of your mind?
Yo.
Did that man say mustard on a beat, ho? Stop it.
Oh, no.
Stop it. This has never been this. It's never, ever been this.
Nah.
I'm sorry. It's never, nope.
Y'all, this is a purging of the culture. This is the hip hop purge.
I'm starting it over.
Wow. Run it back.
The way that beat start. All right.
So you want to see a dead body? Come on, let's go.
Psst, I see dead people. Aye. Mustard on the beat, ho, Debo, any rap nigga, he a freak throw, man down, call like Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro, nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas?
My man said too many things already. What?
Yeah.
Trying to see Compton. The industry can hate me, fuck them all and they mama. How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton.
No, that was wild for me. That was wild. That was, let's go. That was crazy.
I'm sorry. I just have to say this because I'm going to forget to say it later. Beat selection is a thing, right? Beat selection is definitely a thing. Never has, when we talk about the multiple Andres.
Yeah.
The soulfulness that of the music.
Yeah.
That Kendrick has been using, I honestly believe is also like and you're not black.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you can't even vibe with it.
Jeez. Your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with him. Walking down whole time, I know he got some hoe in him. Pole on him, extort shit, bully the flow on him. Say
Yo. Hold on. Let me put the camera on myself for this. We deserved this. Hip hop fans, congratulations. It's Christmas in May. We earned this. We deserved this. This is amazing. If there is any question still whether this is the illest rap battle to happen within the history of the culture, because we already know with what Kendrick is doing right now, Drake is charging up. And here's the thing. I don't have any faith in his ability to match Kendrick, but he's not going to stop. Not right now. It's too many body blows that he's receiving right now.
I mean, I do appreciate the way that you framed the not necessarily understanding how outmatched.
He don't know.
And again, this isn't to say that Drake does not have and isn't talented and that. It's literally we're playing for different trophies right now.
Yeah. And also, have any of us ever seen this from Kendrick? So how do we expect him?
Sam, nobody's seen this from anybody is the point. Nobody has ever seen any of this from anybody, not one body. No one has done this. No one has done this.
Salute to J. Cole.
I mean, again, a soothsayer, if you will.
Sound decision making man right there.
who understood the assignment was not what we thought. That tweet that was like, we were like, do it for the culture. And he was like, I actually know them niggas, bro. No,
Yeah, no.
it's that.
Sometimes you gotta.
I just want to say, I brought it. We were only at 41 seconds.
Right.
I brought it to 30.
Okay.
Because I just needed to.
Make sure we don't miss nothing.
The violence is.
It's here.
Pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman. I'm the one that up to score with him. Walk him down whole time. I know he got some hoe in him. Pole on him. Extort shit. Bully the flow on him. Say Drake. I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs and party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baka got a weird case. Why is he around?
Oh, so that's what all the locations are? As you surmised? All the predators in the building? The call is coming from inside the house.
Why we have to talk about party?
Yikes.
Party. Is you playing with your nose? Come on, Tinkerbell.
Certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Wop, 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 wop. That fuck 'em up. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.
What?
Damn.
Nope. No. We're at 1 minute and 9 seconds. I want to start over. I'm not going to, but that's what I want to do.
Take it back 9 seconds. Good grief. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Wop, that fuck 'em up. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. They not like us. 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 They not like.
Didn't you say something about Jordan Peele?
Yeah. Yeah. I sent out a tweet last night saying that the next thing I wanted in this battle was Kendrick diss featuring Pusha. I said, let me just throw out in the universe.
You did. You said sometime manifest.
You know, that manifest.
Indeed.
My man released a dance track. This is going off in the clubs. This is wild. This is wild.
Like us. You think the Bay gon' let you disrespect Pop, nigga? I think that Oakland show gon' be your last stop, nigga. They cold foul. I don't know why you still pretending. What is the owl? Bird niggas and bird bitches. Go.
Hold the phone.
Messy. This is messy. This is messy. Dog.
I don't know why you still pretending. What is the owl? Bird niggas and bird bitches. Go. The audience not dumb. Shape the stories how you want. Hey Drake, they're not slow. Rabbit hole is still deep. I can go further, I promise. Ain't there some B-rest that's for bitching? You Malibu most wanted. Ain't no law boy, you ball boy. Fish Gatorade or something. Since 2009, I had this bitch jumping. You niggas will get a wedgie. Be flipped over your boxes or over your foe. The other vaginal option. Pussy.
Other vaginal option?
Why'd you repeat it?
Oh, well, because what?
Holy effing S.
So the problem that's happening right now that I just need to be very clear about is that too many things are happening. I want to pause it and say something about a thing, and then I don't, and then I forgot it because the next
Something
thing
else,
happened.
the other line.
And
listen, that's later for a full breakdown.
You're right. You're right.
This is initial reaction. This is phenomenal.
Okay. I'm gonna do my best to stop.
I love it.
I had this bitch jumping. You niggas will get a wedgie. Be flipped over your boxes or over your foe. The other vaginal option. Pussy, nigga better straight. straight in they posture. Got famous all up in contact. Might write this with a doctrine. Tell a pop star quit hiding. Fuck a caption, won't action. No accident, I'm hands on. He fuck around, get polished. Fucked on Wayne Grow, he was in jail. That's conniving. Then get his face tatted like a bitch apologizing. I'm glad D Rose came home, y'all didn't deserve him neither. From Alondra down to Central, nigga better not speak on Serena. And your homeboy needs subpoena. That predator moving flocks. That name gotta be registered and placed on neighborhood watch. I lean on you.
No. What?
This Drake down bad. Drake is down bad. He down super bad. Super bad. Super bad. Dog.
Speak on Serena, and your homeboy needs subpoena. That predator moving flocks. That name gotta be registered and placed on neighborhood watch. I lean on you niggas like another line of walk. Yeah, it's all eyes on me, and I'ma send it up the pot. Ay, put the roll label on me, I'ma get them dropped. Ay, sweet chin music, and I won't pass the ox. Ay, how many stocks do I really have in stock? Ay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Ay, devil is a lie, here 69 God. Ay, freaky ass niggas need to stay their ass inside. Ay, roll their ass up like a fresh pack of Zod. Ay, city is back up, it's a must, we outside. Ay.
Word to McLovin, he down bad, super bad.
Oh, wow. My man said they gotta be on registered list, and then they.
Listen, to be clear, the blueprint for this type of foolishness on record is no Vaseline. On some real shit.
Oh, sure, yes.
People gotta
yes.
Please go back and listen to No Vaseline.
The title alone, right? My word.
Names dropped, crystal clear who I'm talking about, and my man's like, and now you, and now you, and now you. Ain't none of this sneak dissing, ain't none of this jabbing. It's right at your neck. That's the exact same energy right now. Like, this is crazy. This is wild crazy, super crazy.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
We had 2 minutes and 49 seconds. There's
I can't.
4 minutes and 33 seconds total. So
they not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Once upon a time, all of us was in chains. Homie still double down, calling us some slaves. Atlanta was the mecca, building railroads and trains. Bear with me for a second. Let me put y'all on game. The settlers was using town.
We didn't get to say this yet, but I gotta say it. I absolutely have to. That was one of my major issues with the way that Drake responded.
Like a white man?
Like a white man. So disconnected from everything, not just blackness, but actual, like... Kendrick said something, you could never imitate this violence, right?
Right.
And number one, he's right. Number two, to cavalierly say you trying to sleep, every time you make a song, you trying to free the slaves or something like that. Mm-hmm. As if one, again, no connection to what that could even mean. And then two, as if that's a motherfucking bad thing.
Right.
As if liberation is a bad thing. As if that means that he's weak or something. And it's not even happening. Like,
Nah. Like what he was trying to do is what Jay did. Is Uchi Wally Wally is a one mic. Like it's what you're trying to do. You did it all the way wrong.
You did it way wrong.
Because you lack the cultural connection to understand like some things are off limits and you don't even have the proper perspective to approach these things.
That's the thing. It isn't even about it being off or on limits. It's that if you were connected to that, you would not be saying it.
You would navigate that differently.
That's a different conversation. It isn't, like I was saying before, you're not talking about which of your black friends can and can't say nigga. Like that's not, black people are not having that conversation.
Right.
Who understand what any of this, we're not having conversations about black people being racist to each other if you understand what racism is.
Right. Right.
So to be like, what you trying to free the slaves, nigga? Like, were you not slave owner? Like, were you trying to, did you see it a different way? Did you connect to something differently there?
Right.
Cause I'm
Folk to make them richer, fast forward 2024, you got the same agenda. You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. Let me break it down for you, this the real nigga challenge. You caught Future when you didn't see the club. Hey, white little baby baby, help you get your lingo up. What 21 get your false street cred? Thug make you feel like you a slime in your head. Like what Quavo said you can be from North Side. What 2 Chainz say you good but he lied. You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. No, you not.
2 Chainz said you was good but he lied.
A colleague, you a fucking colonizer. The family matter and the truth for the matter. Here was God's plan to show you.
I'm sorry. Who knows?
Who knows?
Nigga, what?
It sounds like we're watching the Super Bowl.
Make you feel like you a slime in your head. Like what Quavo said you can be from North Side. What 2 Chainz say you good but he lied. You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. No, you not a colleague, you a fucking colonizer. The family matter and the truth for the matter. Here was God's plan to show y'all the liar. He a fan, he a fan, he a fan. He a fan, he a fan, he a freaky ass nigga, he a 69.
Wowzers.
Stop right now.
Wowzers.
Just go ahead and close it all up.
Do y'all mind the voices now? Or?
He a fan, he a freaky.
69 God, freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Hey, 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 run for your life. Hey, 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 run for your life. Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Hey, 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 run for your life. Hey, 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 run for your life. Let me hear you say OV ho. OV ho. Say OV ho. OV ho. Then step this way, step that way. Then step this way, step that way. Are you my friend? Are we locked in? Then step this way, step that way. Then step this way, step that way.
I'm worried there's 10 seconds left.
Right, what's going to happen in that remaining 10?
Where are we stepping this way into?
What are you going to say?
The safe arms of Olivia Benson?
Oh my gosh.
Is it the Special Victims Unit?
Oh.
Oh no, that's just
He's at the beat right.
You let the beat right.
Written by Speedweed. That
He said you ain't no colleague, you a fucking colonizer. Well.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm gonna just double check and make sure Drake didn't respond yet.
I mean, that's a good move. Thank you, because obviously
grief.
He probably has.
Oh my gosh.
He completely responded or not completely. He responded to a few things that were just said last night.
Right.
So is this what happens when Kenny just goes?
Okay, we're lucky. Nothing from Drake yet. I do expect something by nightfall.
I mean, scrap this episode. We have to do the whole thing over. We have to do the entire thing over.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for kicking it with us.
I'm just going to say that as this continues to ramp, as you said, do try and keep in mind that there is zero reason to pick a team, a side, a thing, a stuff. You don't have to. Also, you can pick a fave. You can pick a winner in your head and all of that. But like to do the stan culture that we're doing rather than just like being a fan of the things and the stuffs and doing the, you know, gymnastics to be able to justify things or to not pay attention to things.
Right.
None of these people are your friends in real life, like
Chill
for
out.
the most part.
Chill out.
Right. And this is the most entertaining thing that has happened in 2024 for me.
Absolutely. Somebody said Cat Williams opened it.
Listen.
And he got a live show tonight. Like he's just carrying the year with this type of energy.
I mean, he said it's the year of the truth. 2024 is the year of the truth. And boy, G did it.
Black Air Force One energies.
This is definitely Black Air Force One energy. There is a lot of violence just about. But yes, you don't have to choose. You don't have to be like, this is like, enjoy this for what it is, because this is a ride.
That's crazy.
However, there's no way that those aren't pedophile dots. And so on this cover art, that's insanity.
Whoa. Yeah.
Colonizer is it for me. That's all we had to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll let you do that outro now, and I'll stop interrupting. Holy shit.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the third episode of Using My Fiancé. I'm gonna tell you the truth. The next one we do, the next episode of Views, I'm definitely gonna want some guests on, because I feel like this is gonna go for a little while. If we could holler at, Sean, like,
ooh.
I
Ready for the spice.
Ooh, just if we can,
make the gumbo, if you will.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Bye.
Yeah. Thank y'all for tuning in.